The brutal reality of this election is becoming very clear very fast. Labor won with lies about the Liberals and bribes for the voters. But the big threats to our future are all still there, and the Albanese government still has no plan to tackle any of them. And boy, have India and Pakistan just reminded us of one of Labor's big blind spots. These two nuclear powers started yet another war that could just very easily get right out of hand. And here is the big picture. Here today is yet another war, or skirmish for now, in a world already with so many wars. Wars in Gaza, Israel, Lebanon, Yemen, Kashmir, Sudan, Mali, all like this one involving Islamic armies or terror groups. Plus there's also, of course, Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And China, meanwhile, threatening war with Taiwan. That's so much war in a world fast becoming so volatile, so unstable, that all that, yet we have just re-elected the Albanese government that stripped our armed forces to the bone. I mean, this is a government that cut plans for new fighters, new supply ships, new howitzers, new naval anti-mining, and left the army so short of even ammunition that the former Chief of Army, Peter Ley, complained, "There's nothing left for the bloody guns." It's also left the Navy so weak that it couldn't even send a ship to shadow 3 Chinese warships which circled our continent in February, firing guns to scare us and making commercial flights detour. All that, yet we still voted for Labor and voted against the coalition which promised at the election to at least spend another $21 billion on our defence in 5 years. That's $21 billion now that won't be spent. Now, all that's, of course, partly the coalition's fault. I mean, and not just because its campaign was so rubbish in so many ways. There's a lot of reasons to vote against it. But the coalition should also have run very hard on defence, as I said so often during the campaign. Instead, it turned defence into a non-issue by leaving its half-baked policy to the end of the campaign and by muzzling its defence spokesman, Andrew Hastie. And Labor, it cared so little that it didn't even bother to announce a defence policy in this campaign. How blind can we be? Now, sure, this latest war, India-Pakistan, is not going to hurt us, almost certainly. I mean, it's the 8th between Muslim Pakistan and Hindu India in 78 years. And the other ones didn't cause us trouble. And this one may well turn out to be like the last few between these lifelong enemies. I mean, lots of bluster, a few bombs, not many dead. Some of those wars there were a lot of dead, but recently. And claims of victory then on both sides, nationalist pride satisfied. But you never know, do you? Because both countries have nuclear weapons pointed at each other and 80 years of hatred between them. And this latest war, or skirmish for now, started 2 weeks ago when Muslim terrorists murdered 26 people, mostly tourists, in India-controlled Kashmir, which is also claimed by Pakistan. India blamed Pakistan for sheltering the killers and then just fired missiles at 9 targets inside Pakistan, including a mosque, which it claimed was used by Islamist terrorists. Pakistan then fired back with aircraft and missiles and has claimed to have downed 5 Indian jets and a drone. Well, that might be it, or not. Because, of course, India under Prime Minister Mahendra Modi is very chauvinistic and the media is just going, war, war, war. Obviously, this war is not ours and we would never intervene, not militarily. But what this shows is how fast wars now can break out and how unpredictably. I mean, even US President Donald Trump, for one, was caught by surprise today.
No, it's a shame. We just heard about it just as we were walking in the doors of the Oval. Just heard about it. I guess people knew something was going to happen based on a little bit of the past. They've been fighting for a long time. You know, they've been fighting for many, many decades.
So, yes, the world is now more chaotic and more dangerous. I mean, you can even now get a backwater country like Yemen this week bombing Israel's main airport. You've got President Donald Trump this week refusing to rule out sending the army to take Greenland from Denmark.
But you are not ruling out military force to take Greenland.
I don't rule it out. I don't say I'm going to do it, but I don't rule out anything. No, not there. We need that. We need Greenland very badly.
We are seeing the language and practice of war once more being normalised. And nothing now is sure. Not even this fond belief we had that the US, it'll always come to save us. Not now, when Trump is warning he won't defend allies that don't spend more on their own defence.
I said, if you're not going to pay your bills, we're not going to defend you.
All this strife and uncertainty, yet here we are rewarding a government that's instead run down our military. That is some denial.